Mary, the Queen of Scotland.
You can't tell me what to do. I'm going back to Scotland. Elizabeth, can you help me? Please, please.
Sure.
Thank you. Yes.
Not happening. Someone get me out of his dress.
Mary, the Queen of Scotland.
Off with his head! Off with his head! Off with the head! Off with the head!
Mary Stuart was born a week after her father, King James V of Scotland, passed away. 6 days after her birth, Mary Stuart was crowned Mary, the Queen of Scots. In 1548, Mary was sent to France to get married to Dauphin, a young French prince also known as Francis II, to secure the throne with a Catholic alliance against England. Francis II died in 1561, so Mary returned to Scotland as a widow. She wrote a poem about him, saying, "By day, by night, I think of him. In wood or mead or where I be, my heart keeps watch for one who's gone, and yet I feel he's eye to me." At the time that Mary returned to Scotland, Calvinism was spreading by the Scottish reformer John Knox. Mary was a hardcore Catholic and felt like he was raising her subjects against her and her mother. It caused a huge religious split in Scotland between the Catholics and the Calvinists. She married Lord Darnley, her half-cousin. Darnley was used as a tool and hated by the Calvinists and pretty much everyone. Mary was spending a ton of time with her secretary, David Rico. A jealous Darnley and a group of conspirators murdered Rico when Rico and Mary were at dinner together. King James I of Scotland was born. He was baptized Catholic, which upset many Protestants. In 1567, Lord Darnley died in mysterious circumstances one day in February. The house he was staying at in Kirkcove Field in Edinburgh was blown up. Lord Darnley was found strangled in the garden after the explosion. Earl of Bothwell, Mary quickly became attracted to each other. Bothwell was accused of blowing up the house that Darnley was killed in, but he was not found guilty. Bothwell and Mary were quickly married. The Lord of Congregation did not like Mary and Bothwell's relationship. They said Mary should be imprisoned in the Loving Castle, although Bothwell went to Scandinavia where he was also imprisoned. Mary escaped Loving Castle, also known as Lochleven Castle, and tried to gather an army but was defeated at Langside by the Protestants. She then left Scotland and went to England. Queen Elizabeth took her in, but she was imprisoned for 19 years and used as a tool by Elizabeth. There is a theory that Mary might have been plotting against Elizabeth for many years. Anthony Babington had a plan to kill Elizabeth, rescue Mary, and make Mary the Queen of England. The letters were written in a code. Mary wrote back in the letters said that she agreed with what Babington was doing. Walsingham was spying on Mary and seized both letters. Babington was executed and Mary was put on trial in October of 1586. Mary defended herself, but the judges still found her guilty of treason. To the judges, who were not even listening to her case, she said, "You are indeed my enemies." The reply was, "We are the enemy of your enemies of our queen." Mary was taken to Fotheringhay Castle and executed in 1587 in the color of scarlet, which is also the martyrdom color. She said, "Into your hands, O Lord," 3 times in Latin. It has been said that the executioner raised Mary's head to show the crowd, but the head fell and he was left holding the wig. Another theory was there was a small Skye terrier that was seen under her dress after she was executed. The execution was rumored to be the concluding reason Philip II lost his Spanish Armada. Ironically, Mary thought a queen would help a queen. Also, Mary assumed that the family ties would be strong. Funny, because in the end Elizabeth kills her. Mary was seen as a threat to Elizabeth's stability, religiously and with the throne. Mary was a hardcore Catholic and could be seen as a leader for the Catholics in a very Anglican nation. Also, most Catholics believe that Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn's divorce was illegal. So if the divorce was illegal, then Elizabeth wasn't the real heir to the throne. Mary was. If Elizabeth sent Mary back to Scotland, then she would be killed and Elizabeth would not be the recognized queen. So it was just easier for Elizabeth to kill Mary.
And now we present the first episode of a new radio drama series, The Death of Mary, Queen of Scots. Part 1, The Beginning.
You are Mary, Queen of Scots?
I am.
Episode 2 of The Death of Mary, Queen of Scots can be heard on Radio 4 almost immediately.